Hey guys, Kyle the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for My Hero Academia, chapter 228. So the chapter starts off where it last left off, or it left off last week, but pretty much showing Dabi and that pretty much ice guy with the parka fighting. And the key thing to take away from this fight, almost right out of the gate, is that we definitely get a clear distinction of just how powerful the Liberation Army is compared to the League of Villains. And that's one of those things that goes without saying anyway, that the Liberation Army is the more powerful organization, absolutely no question. But this fight also managed to prove that in terms of the individual people who have joined the Liberation Army, we get the sense with this fight that every single person who has joined the Liberation Army are so powerful that they pretty much that they basically even managed to overcome the pretty much basic elemental weaknesses as proven. And like the Ice Guy said, it actually kind. And like the Ice Guy said, with the Ice Guy, for instance, it was basically a simple battle of fire and ice. And in that case, fire obviously should have won. But pretty much because he trained himself hard and managed to understand how to use his quirk, he managed to overcome the weakness of basically fire of pretty much fire being of his weakness of obviously fire fire being pretty much able to melt ice. Like it's because of all the work he did in developing his quirk that was made possible to begin with. And I'm not gonna lie, and it's because of this, and it's because of this guy, and it's because of this of what we learn of this fight that I'm not gonna lie, in terms of this ice guy, this guy with the ice quirk, he's actually managed to expose the flaws and limitations of the hero education system. Like he even said it himself, because he never applied to any school or became one of those heroes. He was able to train his body and his quirk in order to overcome the weaknesses of just simple fire. And I know it's kind of, and I know this is something, I know this is kind of bad to think about, but it's a fight like this where honestly I almost want to see like pretty much a school. I want to see like the entire the hero. I want to see either the entire education system or even just or even at the very least I want to see UA get destroyed, so that it will give our main cast the freedom to in order to really develop their quirks. In order to really develop their quirks to pretty much this level, because at this point I'm thoroughly convinced that at the current level that pretty much our heroes are at, it'll pretty much take under their schooling and the leadership of the teachers. I don't think at this current level that the students are going to be strong enough at all in order to fight the Liberation Army or even the League of Villains. So it's almost one of those things where I basically want UA. I pretty much want I want pretty much at the very least UA in order to be destroyed by the League of Villains or the Liberation Army, if for no other reason than to give our main cast of students like the freedom in order to develop their quirks. In order to develop their quirks, in order to be as strong as they can be at the same level that the Liberation Army, or at the very least the League of Villains are developing their quirks at. In fact, honestly, after this chapter, I wouldn't be surprised if Horikoshi is kind of building up to that. Even it is building up to that, and honestly, I think pretty much if Horikoshi has any plans in the future in order to destroy whether the hero education system in general or just UA, I think that particular moment, it would be a good lead in order to start a time skip, I think, at the very least. But yeah, either way, I just want UA gone. I just want UA gone at this point. So. Only so our heroes have the freedom in order to develop their quirks, for sure. Also, I just gotta say, goddamn Twice went through the ringer in this chapter. First finding Toga unconscious, then being ganged up on by a puppet army of himself. And just to add it all, we definitely see we see him wrestling with himself, like his pretty much psyche, his you see his pretty much psyche, you see his basically inner psyche, and how how his mind continues to crumble almost. Cause yeah, if there's anything that this chapter if there's anything that I managed to connect with this chapter, it's that I want of all the League of Villains, like with Twice, he is such a tragic fucking hero, that he is such a tragic individual that I want Twice to. Of all the League of Villains, every one of the League of Villains, like I want each of the League of Villains to have some kind of a happy ending now, but at the same time, I want Twice. I want on Twice of all people, in order to definitely have some kind of happy ending, because at some kind of happy ending, because honestly, this pretty much man has just gone through so much shit that it's breaking my heart, honestly. Like every time that Horikoshi focuses on Twice, he managed to like just portray Twice as such a tragic person that, dude, I want to see you. I want to see your happy ending. I want you to see you pretty much have your have. I want you to have just be content, just be happy with life, and just find your balance. Just find something that's gonna make you happy in life, man. That's what I want for Twice, for sure. Now, and in terms of Twice, it's revealed by the end of the chapter that the Prince Tomoyasu intends to have Twice pretty much join the Liberation Army, more than likely through some kind of forceful means, and essentially use him to make Redestro invincible. And the thing I did immediately after reading the page that pretty much had where basically Tomoyasu, where we see him laying out his plan. What I did after that is I went back and I read the chapters. I went back and I reread the chapters where we see the League, where we see the League pretty much first being confronted by the Liberation Army over that security cam. And the chapter of the League debating whether or not to give Giran. And through reading these particular chapters, I realized that Horikoshi had put such an intentionally heavy emphasis on Twice as a means to set up that Twice was the Liberation Army's target from the first moment that they pretty much captured Giran. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of kicking myself for basically for not even realizing how obvious that was to begin with. Like, I had some idea, but I didn't fully grasp it until just now. And the fact that But just in terms of rereading those chapters and looking how this chapter played out, it just made me realize how perfectly planned how perfectly executed that the Liberation Army's plan actually was. Like between this chapter and the last chapter, it makes me realize that just from the Liberation Army has really been playing a game of chess, while all the has really been playing a game of chess here. Like they really executed their plan perfectly, and they got Twice almost exactly where pretty much they want him now, and going back to Twice's and going back to how vulnerable. How vulnerable that pretty much Twice is in this moment. How vulnerable Twice is now. Just the fact that Horikoshi had basically chose to kind of focus on Twice contradicting himself, and eventually leading up to pretty much Twice, and eventually and leading up to him being cornered by all those clone puppets of himself. I think that Twice's already kind of shattered psyche is definitely going to be a bit of an exploited weakness in this case. I could bet that pretty much Tomoyasu, he has some kind of plan in order to take advantage of the fact that pretty much that pretty much Twice is basically such a weak a weak individual mentally, that Tomoyasu is definitely going to do something that is gonna exploit his weakened psyche for sure. I don't know if it's going to be some kind of brainwashing or what's going to happen, but yeah, the fact that Twice is kind of has been weakened mentally now. I think that's going to come into play in terms of him joining the Liberation Army for sure. But yeah, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Crunchyroll. Dead Night of Anime, signing off. Later, guys.